Hi everybody, it's Honey is Natural here with a bag for you. This is my new Coach Rogue in the Patchwork detail. I don't remember the rest of the name, but my new baby. I just got it. Got it from the Coach outlet site. Here it is. I've not seen any videos on this one, so I am here at your service. So there she is, patchwork with the animal print fur on the side. There's the back. I'm gonna try not to make this video super long because boy, there is a lot to talk about here. So first thing I want to mention is this appears to be a second generation Rogue, and what that means is that it has the double reinforcements on the feet. That's something that you get with the second generation. And I knew it was a second generation because I still got my key clay. So if you don't know what that means, the first generation Rogue around 2016 had a key in here and a lock. So they took that off, but kept they took the lock off, but they kept the key clay, and then there's just a little key ring in there, and it's just for decoration. It doesn't really serve much of a purpose, but it's just cute. And then the third generation no longer has the key clay at all, and it doesn't have the reinforcements of the feet. It has the feet on the bottom, but not this extra patch of leather. So that's what makes me know this is a second generation. And it's this is a Rogue 3031. And what else was I gonna say about the generations? Oh, I don't remember. I was gonna say something else, but I don't. This is really heavy. So this is basically not really a unicorn because I kind of bought it right when I saw it, but it is my ticket item that is like really expensive. I've always wanted a bag that was like, okay, this is gonna be like my, my most coveted purchase, and it was originally supposed to be the Rogue with the tea roses on them, but I just couldn't get with that because it was like too much for me. And I say that, but also having just purchased this, which is a lot going on, but it's still subtle in a way because the decorations don't protrude out very much. But so just to give you an idea what's on here, it is still on the outlet as of right now. Normal price on this is $1,200. Outlet price is $480 right now. So you have these flowers. They're not hand stitched. They're some sort of computerized stitching, I can tell, but it actually is stitched on there and protrudes out. Then you have, I have no idea what this is. If anybody knows what this is, tell me. It looks like a flower or some sort of plant, but these are actual real beads sewn on there and whatever this detail is. And then these little sequences that are actually on there. And so what this sequence part is this is actually a car and a sign that says coupe. So you see them in shirts. There's a Rogue that has the coupe on the front and then the words that say coupe. Because this is patchwork, this is just a patch of it. And so this would be suede here, pebbled leather, glove tan leather. Oh, and this is over here, real beads, solar system, and spaceships, rocket ships, I guess. So just to kind of go over some of the details, and again, sewn on patch of flowers. So then when you get to the back, looks the same, but it does not have that flower that was there. It's not there on the back, and then there's no sequins. It's just regular smooth leather. Doesn't have the rocket ship smooth leather, but this still is the actual flower that protrudes, that kind of like not sticks out or protrudes, but it's the actual sewn part. It's not just a picture of it. So kind of like if you have the tea rose Rogue, you have a lot of tea roses on the front and then like a few on the back, and then some are kind of like painted on. That same concept, because obviously you're going to be wearing it, here, and it's going to rub up against you, and you don't want to mess that up. And then with the side detail, this is actual, I want to say calf fur. It's actual fur. This side brushes up, this side brushes down. So just something to think about. I would never really purchase, well, we know we never say never, right? But I don't plan on purchasing a bag that's a full fur like this, because I know that that's going to rub off on me, or even on the front it would rub off. But With the Rogue, it's on the side and it's, you know, dented in, and it's not really gonna mess up too much. Okay, so that is the Patchwork. Oh, another thing about, I'm trying to make this video short, guys, but there's just so much to talk about. And if you're interested, you might not mind watching a super long video of this bag that is very rare and probably a lot of people won't get, and it might not even be available right now. So kind of pointless, but still fun to watch. Okay, so what I was trying to say was, so here's the inside here. So if you want to see the patchwork is that's how you know it's not just patches sewn onto one strip of leather. It is actual patches sewn together. So that's how you know this bag is a good quality, because you would not make anything that has been welded or molded together unless you knew that it was not going to come apart. If you know anything about cars, I got a transfer case, supposed to be a new one. Ended up looking under it, and I could totally tell that the transfer case had been welded back together, which is never going to make it permanent. If anything happens, it's going to crack right along that line. So kind of the same thing with jewelry. If you ever get gold added to a piece of jewelry, it's vulnerable at that crack, at that spot to crack. Same thing with sewing anything on. Obviously, patches are sewn directly onto patches. It makes it vulnerable. But because Coach stands by their product, and this bag was $1,200, you know that they did their work in sewing together, and it is not going to come apart, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I guess if you had two tigers fighting over it, it would come apart at these lines, but that's not going to happen, as far as I know. But that's how you know that they were not playing when they made this, and they know that. They know that sewing things together, it could come apart at the seam. But because they stand by their products, we know that this is not going to come apart. And that was a lot of explaining over patchwork. If you don't know anything about patchwork, then that helps you understand. When you see that, that means good quality, honey, when you're spending your money. But with any decent quality leather patchwork purse or product, that's why some people like patchwork so much, because it has to be made with the best of quality in order to sustain putting things in it. So just a little backstory about patchwork. I've talked about my grandmother before. She passed away, I want to say, I don't know, how old am I? It's been about 17 years. But she got me into purses, and she always used to take me when she would get a new purse at Saks Fifth Avenue and this place in Seaside, Oregon that would sell patch leather goods. But she really loved her patched leather. So I always knew that I was going to get one when I got older. I thought it was ugly and hideous when I was younger. But I always knew that I would get one, and it would kind of be like paying homage to my grandmother. And this is officially my first patchwork item. All my cousins all kind of like, oh, you got the patchwork like Nan? And I was like, yes, I did. And I asked my mom, I said, do you think that she would like this? And my mom was like, yes, I think she would like it. And she would probably even carry it. I was like, really? With all this? But she was so obsessed with leather, patchwork, detail, and handbags that she would see just the beauty in the quality of the bag that she would probably wear it. That's what happens to us sometimes. We get obsessed with one thing and then, you know, just kind of go all levels with it. And it's just kind of like just a memory and like something to have. I don't have any of her items right now. They're all still, my grandfather, he's still alive, and he has all his stuff in the house, and he's holding on to all of it. So he was like, when I'm gone, you can have all his stuff, but right now, no. So I let him, grieve how he needs to grieve. And in the meantime, that just means I get to spend more money, because I do feel like my grandmother is being channeled here, and she would be proud of me. So this is my first patchwork thing, and I kind of got it. I looked at patchwork just because of her. So, oh my gosh, that was a lot. And I still have more to talk about on the bag. So as you can see, there is whip stitching, tassels, and patchwork. You get everything with this bag. I'm going to say this is some sort of gold metal hardware. What am I talking about? Gold metal. Gun-metal hardware, which I always said all my Rogues are going to be 3031s and have gold hardware so that I don't buy too much. But this one doesn't need gold hardware. I put this on. as like a little standout piece. I didn't want to get a gunmetal chain because then it would just blend in with everything that's on this bag. So that's my little piece of gold because I wear a lot of gold jewelry. So I just needed something to kind of bring in my gold. I mix my jewelry, but I needed something to bring it in. Okay, back to the whip stitching. So there's whip stitching all along here. Obviously both sides. And then you get a whip stitch handle. And the handle, the whip stitching is in a blue or some sort of navy. But everything else is black. So yeah, whip stitch handles, whip stitch sides. Then you get all these wonderful tassels, and I think it's like 14 different tassels. A little bit too tassel-y for me. And yes, you guys, this bag is fussy. Rogues are fussy already. With all this extra stuff, it makes it more fussy, but it's so beautiful, I couldn't help myself. So you get 2 of these beautiful tassels on each side. Okay. Then the straps have tassels hanging from them, right? Then you have on the handles where the blue whip stitch leads into that, so you can't really take that off because it is stitched in there. And then you get more tassels. I thought this was a little bit overkill. The only thing that was overkill to me on this bag was you get little tiny tassels here, and they all have rivets on them. So they all have rivets at the bottom. And if this helps to be able to see that all of the tassels are black except for the ones on the handles. As you can see, the handle is blue, so you can see the difference. They all have rivets on them. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the strap. So 12 tassels all together. So a lot of tassel detail going on. A lot. And if you want the tassels to hang down even more, if you don't mind keeping your bag unzipped, then you get a kind of a hang detail with the tassels. So this is a beautiful, beautiful bag. If you don't know what the inside of a roll looks like, I'll show you. And another way to know that this is the 3031 is the kiss lock there. So here's what's in my bag. I always keep my cell phone on this part because it's just easy to grab and go. And a lot of times I keep my keys. And my keys, well, they're not right there right now. Where are they? I keep my keys in a little pouch thing so it doesn't scratch up the inside of anything in my bag. So this usually goes on the outside. It just depends. This is my sunglass case. I have 2 because sometimes I wear my eyeglasses, sometimes I don't. I always have one for my eyeglasses and one for my sunglasses, and another excuse to buy. This is the T Rose sunglass case. It's still available, and as far as I know, only these 2 colors: nickel hardware and then the brass hardware for the black one. What else is in my bag? Let's see. Have a Dooney & Bourke full-size wallet in there and a Dooney & Bourke wristlet in there. Dooney & Bourke kiss lock
Hey, Mommy.
item.
Gigi said try these.
Oh, okay. They look really hot. Okay, I'll try them.
Gigi said they're better.
Oh, okay. Well, let me try them after my video.
Okay.
So, and then I have a little extra Cubs fan, a little extra wallet there with like food cards in it. So when I'm traveling for work and like sometimes like if I don't have money or certain airports have like subways in them, like, or if I just don't feel like spending any money, I always have like gift cards. Always a good gift for me because I travel a lot. It's gift cards. And then this is men's. Got this from Target. A must-have carry. They don't really make them small like this for girls. Compact, but this is a kind of a must. Again, for me who I travel. I don't put a whole lot in the slip pockets because when I change my bags a lot, I tend to just want to do it quickly. So, but I do put this in the slip pocket because it's natural and it gets all scratched up. So again, right now, just those two things in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and put everything else in so you can see how it holds. This Rogue, it doesn't look like the main compartment holds a lot, but it does, like, so easily. And I stand this up sometimes. Oh, put this back. And then this just kind of lays there. I don't know what that is. So yeah, my phone will go in that side part. I like the way the zipper looks at the top. It's just cool. Oh, I'm supposed to show you.
I have candy.
Okay. Okay. Say hello and goodbye.
Blue, bit green.
Oh, it's a lot of big green, Preston. Okay. Thank you. So anyway, that's what's in there. I like to be able to throw things in there, so that's why I like a bigger purse. So yeah, that's it. Coach, Patchwork, Rogue. I can't remember the rest of the name. Patchwork Design or something. It's the only, there's a couple other Patchwork Rogues. There's two other ones, which I would love them because I think at least one of them has the gold hardware. But I settled for not having gold hardware, but I still had to, like I said, I still had to put this on here because I need to tie in. See, I got a gold watch on. The gold that I wear, and obviously, like, my jewelry is mixed, but this by itself, like, I needed something in there. So that's it. Hope you guys like her. And thanks for watching. And I'll be back. I got a couple dreamers coming.
Bye-bye. Oh, she got done.
Sorry about that. Phone fell. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. And I got a couple dreamer videos coming too. So I hope you enjoyed this video on a beautiful bag.
Yeah, guys. See the new bag. I think it's new.
Show you a few more things. Blue on one
I think
side.
it's new. So,
Yeah.
can you try these?
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye.